Hello, good morning, Vardenfell. Welcome to the MOMW Show, episode number 12. Quick sound check here. Hey, Small, can you do a sound check for me? Hopefully you can hear me on this. Gonna get a little ahead of ourselves, and my normal sound check buddy, Gonzo, is out today. And I just want to wish Brother Gonzo a happy birthday. So happy birthday, Gonzo. You are missed, but I hope you have a wonderful day today. We'll call the sound check potentially done here. And hopefully you can hear music too, but not too loud. So yeah, let me know if you can hear me, my voice, and the music. I did some tinkering with my audio setup, so I don't know what's broken, what's still going. Okay, moving on though. Agenda for today, and you'll have to excuse me, I have a bit of a sore throat, so my voice is a little bit hoarse today, but the agenda, we're going to start out by trying Protected Beasts. This one has been a long time coming, and we'll get to it in a moment, but it does probably what you are thinking it does. We have a new mod list that is coming out. Actually, maybe even 2 new mod lists. I have some changes in the queue for MOMW Configurator. We have an update for Bound Balance to push out, and I would like to update Go Home to work with the latest Tamriel Rebuilt release. There's no doubt new towns and settlements that need to have NPCs managed. Pause control is my mod that disables pausing in various contexts, and I discovered a bug while I was playing somewhat recently, so I wanted to address that. Hey, fall children, hello, thanks for hopping in. I hope, just double checking, I hope you can hear me. Please let me know. Otherwise, we got problems. Hey, Small. Awesome, cool. Can you hear the music too, at all? I hope yes. Nice. Okay, cool. All right. So going back to the list, the very last thing is I have the Abandoned Flat Containers mod, which is kind of a personal mod that I made for myself, but I share with the world. And there's a few quality of life things I wanted to get to. Namely, there's a bug fix, not quality of life, as I have a typo in one of the cabinet names. But as quality of life stuff goes, if you're not familiar, the mod has like a sorter storage system. You like click a Dwemer panel, and you get your items taken from your inventory and put into sorted containers. But I thought it would be cool to have like a user-controlled ignore list with like a Dwemer puzzle cube to reset that. But basically there would be a chest. Let's type this out. Have a chest. When items are put into it, they become ignored. Activate the cube. Reset ignore list. So not a really complicated feature to implement, but would be pretty cool to have nonetheless. So but that is like this is quite the list, honestly. We'll mark that sound check done. This is quite the list, honestly. Don't think we're gonna get to everything, and especially not at the bottom of the list. I got it ordered by priority. So yes, again, welcome to episode 12 of the MOMW Show, and again, happy birthday, Gonzo. Let's jump right in, and I want to begin by testing out Protected Beasts. So this one is a mod that enables armor pieces that are not normally wearable by beast races, and makes them wearable. So Ronick has done a lot of work to clean this up lately, and so let's go ahead and download the latest build. I'm just doing a manual install here. Got my folder open ready. got, okay. Let's just go ahead and nuke this. We're doing it old school here, manually. Just plop this in here. Okay, cool. Very good. We'll turn the music down just a couple clicks there. Want to hear the game? All right. Yeah, let's give it a try, shall we? So, what should happen now is when I try to equip some boots on a, we'll try an Argonian character. It should convert them automatically into something that's wearable. Whereas by default in Morrowind, when you try to do so, you would get a message saying that they just don't, they don't fit. Excuse me. All right. Awesome. A little bit choppy. And by the way, speaking of choppy, last week, if you saw the stream, I was having some kind of intermittent choppiness. I think I've resolved that. I did a bit of testing, and just recording video did not produce choppiness. So my hope is that, now while streaming, same shall be the case. Okay, here we go. Ooh. All right. What is the... First off, enable race. Don't try this at home, kids. This is not really a... This is a very hacky thing to be doing, but for my purposes, we're doing it. Okay, we got a... Okay, cool. Wow, yeah, looks like it's working as expected. I don't know if you can tell there, but we got boots on this Argonian, this natural character. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Natural character growth and decay pop-up taking its sweet time to go away. But yeah, you can see, looks like we have... Oh no, actually, there are no boots. Hang on. All right, let's try this. Wow, okay. Iron boots, here we go. Oh, no, we had them. I'm sorry, I'm just glass beast boots. Oh, whoa. Looks like I found a bug, actually. Huh. All right, I'm going to paste this. I'm going to actually paste this into Ronick in chat and just let him know. I broke it. And I guess what I just did, thankfully this is early enough on in the stream. But I guess what I did was I had a beast boot equipped, and then I equipped another. Just typing this out in our Momo team channel for Ronick here. So let's look here. So I have the iron boots equipped, and I tried to equip glass boots. Glass boots with... All right. Wow. Okay. Well, you get the point, though. We have iron boots equipped, and we're getting, armor rating value from it. And we can just see we have, if I take off all my other armor, well, I still have armor rating 0. I don't know if one, let's take that off, glass beast boots, put that on. Ooh, just triggered the error again. Okay. I'm going to relaunch the game, unequip all armor, except for the boots, and we'll just see the armor rating should be affected, even if we don't see like a glass on the feet, All right, whoops. Okay, so here's the glass boots. All right, no, we're still Dunmer. I'm also, and when I spoke earlier about the enable race menu command being hacky, I'm not really sure if this isn't, yeah, okay, so it unequips the boot. That's fine. And you'll note, armor reading 0, and you'll note this is a glass boots item. Just glass boots name. Whoop. Let's equip it. Okay, yeah, so we have glass beast boots. And we have some armor rating. So it is working as intended. Now let's try break it again. Okay, here's my iron boots. Yeah, oh, and there is a little visual for it too. Very nice. Cool. I wasn't sure if the greaves went all the way down to the ankles or what. Nice. Okay, cool. And then I broke it. Okay, yeah, that's the recipe right there. Not sure what that's all about, but well, cool. Okay. Nonetheless, we tried it out. Looking good. I would like to now finish Just Beautiful Morrowind. What's Just Beautiful Morrowind? That's a new mod list that I've been working on. Let's just take a quick look at it. I talked about it a little bit last week, but didn't go into a lot of detail. The description basically says it all. It builds on Just Good Morrowind, which when I say Just Good Morrowind, I'm referring to game content like quests. There's no extra quests, land masses, towns, any of that stuff in the mod list, but lots and lots of gameplay changes. And so we build on that with Just Beautiful Morrowind, as the name implies. If you're vaguely familiar with Morrowind mods, we're tossing in not only beautiful cities of Morrowind, but also an array of the landmass mods, which add lots of other content. And it's been a good time. I've been beta testing it myself, and it's fun. Vanilla Morrowind look with visuals. We're using the non-HD version of Tamriel data assets, and lots of good gameplay stuff. Good by my view, of course. So, anyways, what's left, I think, is number one, we're going to add Repopulated Creatures, which distributes creatures from Tamriel data throughout the game, intermingled with vanilla content, and I think that's a pretty good fit, since we have Beautiful Cities of Morrowind kind of doing the same for architecture and other pieces. And then we're going to also toss in Fall Children's excellent openmw-animated-levitation. Excuse me. Sorry about that. One of my favorite Morrowind, I guess I'd call it a trope, like the flying by walking on air thing. Maybe it's not a trope. That's the wrong word. But yeah, my favorite kind of Toddness about Morrowind would be, we're flying, but really we're just doing the walking animation while we're moving through the air. So openmw-animated-levitation gives you a proper animation for flying, where you look like you might do if you were kind of levitating, along with some neato sound effects too, which I believe were provided by Settiness. So awesome addition here, and it's going in. So without further ado, let's jump into adding that, huh? Just need to get my Momo codebase up to date here. Very good. Okay. And let's open up that source code, shall we? Okay, data, beautiful. All right, so the first mod we want to add in is Repopulated Creatures, and I'm going to go ahead and assume, let's see here, by category, creatures. Well, look at that. Let's just check the live website to be sure. I'm not sure if we actually have this in the database yet. I might have to just toss it in there. Yeah, what do you know? Okay. No problem. let's do that. So we're gonna. It's been a while since we've done this on the stream. Let's go ahead and add a mod to the database, and let's get the URL open in our browser here. And so there's a couple bits of information that we need. You know what? I have my special UMO friendly browser instance here where I'm logged into Nexus. So let's open that. Who doesn't like having multiple browsers open at once? Eh? Not actually tracking this one yet. Okay. I don't know. I'm going to download both of these and we'll see if do we want the dialogue edits too or just the creatures. Cool. All right. Very good. Okay. Let's get my custom mods here. Okay. My manual mods, rather. We'll go ahead and put a Repopulated Creatures folder in here. All right, cool. All right, back to the website data, though. Let's go ahead and add it into the website. It's just almost 3:18. 1:18. Whoa. Get the mod description. You know, it would be nice to, Fall Children and I have been talking, and others as well. Exalted Sun has done a code review on this as well. But it would be kind of cool. Maybe it's way too complicated, but like if we could somehow get the description from Nexus mods at deploy time, you know, something like that, so these don't get out of date or something. Just a fleeting thought I've had a few times over the years. Okay, let's put the correct mod number in here, mod ID. All right, that's good, but that's not it. Let's now go to whoops. Data path order. Okay. Let's go ahead and disable tree sitter highlighting for YAML. Hey, what's up? Welcome, Altario. Thank you so much for joining. I'm glad you're with us today. Just plugging in Repopulated Creatures into JBM. And I'm curious what you think, by the way. It has a dialogue patch. I was thinking about going with it. JBM doesn't have a lot that it could possibly conflict with, I don't think. But, yeah. Yeah. Curious what you think. Repopulated. I'm going to put this, actually. Sweet. Thank you so much for that. Trying to remember what's the creatures mod we have on Total Overhaul. Let's just open it up. One of Random Pals mods. Vanilla friendly creatures and undeads. There we go. Okay. So where did I put this one? Vanilla friendly, cool. Cool. Okay. So that's step one. We have an entry officially for it. Now let's go ahead and let's get this folder. So that will get us up to here, folder-wise. We need to now do this. Extra. Zoom in a little bit there. Good. Nice. Excellent. Thank you for the buddy check, Ronick. I really appreciate that. It's going in. Excuse me. Whoops. Geez. Just our 5,000 plus line YAML file choking my linter. This is a problem we're going to have to probably solve soon with the website code, which is, you know, maybe split these files up somehow, maybe alphabetize based on like mod list name or something, you know, split it up into like 4 or 5 files. Maybe there's a better way. I kind of hate splitting them up. Oh no, this is taking forever. Let's go back to here real quick while we're waiting for it to unjankulate. Oh geez, all of Emacs is completely froze. Sometimes it doesn't just work, folks. All right, there we go. No, there we go. And the problem specifically was I did a undo, and it's just such a huge file. It's like, wow, 13,000 lines. Feels bad, man. Yeah, we got to do something about that soonish. Not today. All right. So this one is TR dialog edits. And we'll need to also add the UMO data, archive data. Can't forget that. Excuse me. Oh my God, so sorry about that. I'm not dying, I swear. All right, let's say vanilla friendly creatures. Cool. All right. File name for this plugin. Oh, okay. Interesting. So we actually only need one of these data paths. This one, because it comes with the dialog edits. Oh, okay. Actually, it says that in the description, if I read it more carefully. Same as the main file, both vanilla and TR dialog edits. So yeah, we actually only need one of these. Let's go ahead and whap that out of there. I'll get this file name. Excellent. Nice and easy. Less is more. Okay, so there's that. What else we got? Let's add it to the list itself. I don't believe I did that yet. We don't even have a creatures section. Holy moly. All right, let's go to expanded vanilla creatures. And we have this right before gameplay here. dokie. Should be enough, I think. Let's just take a quick look at what I got here. Repopulated Creatures, adding the mod. Okay, good. Data path. This little pink thing here means I got a trailing white space. Just being slightly neurotic. I want to get rid of that. Okay. Check. Adding it to the mod list. Check. Adding it to the plugin order. Check. If we were adding this and JBM was a released mod list, we would do a changelog entry. Also, since it's not officially released yet, we're not doing a changelog. I think that's it. So, yeah. Okay. And next up, we're going to add... Let's go to animated levitation. There we go. This one. All right. What mod list is it on? It's on. Okay. Total overall graphics alpha. Let's look at expanded vanilla. OpenMW animated levitation animations. Okay, we got an animations sublist. Animations. Cool. We got it right there. Excellent. Throw it in the mix. And I'm telling you, probably if you're playing a MOMO mod list today, you're probably already seen this, so I don't need to say how amazing it is, but yeah, do check it. Frankly, I think this could go on regular JGM, but maybe another time. Okay, so yeah, we have the actual mod list order updated. Now let's get the data path. Ooh, a little spoiler alert here. All right. Also had it on the data paths. So let's review what we got. Data path, we first add it to the mod list, check. Add the data path config for the mod list, check. Plugin for the mod list, all right. I think that's all the JBM changes I wanted to do. I think I got everything else. Let's just take a quick, let's go ahead and have the CI robots build and test that, and then I'll take a quick look at we'll take a quick peek back at the mod list itself. Come on, okay. And if it looks good, we'll go ahead and rip off the WIP label off of it, and then it'll be public. All right. So yeah, first steps, pretty simple stuff there. Also, pretty basic stuff here. This is where the good stuff starts coming up here. We got our modding resources to enable extra content. Familiar stuff here for performance and mesh replacers. Cut content. This is where we start getting into the improvements over additions over JGM. Excuse me. A little bit of chamomile will maybe help me feel less like I'm dying. Artifacts reinstated, both by Cicero TR. I feel like, since we're expanding the list to add Tamriel Rebuilt and Beautiful Cities of Morrowind, that cut content absolutely is on the table, right? Landmass mods, we already talked about. BCOM. Now, one does not simply use Beautiful Cities of Morrowind. Of course, there's a lot of different options. And this is a relatively modest loadout of BCOM. I didn't include every single feature. For example, Balmora doesn't have like all the Riverside merchants, and it's a fairly introductory, shall we say, BCOM setup with just 7 plugins down here. But some of these are patches for other content. I threw the Margan one in there just because. And yeah, like the vanilla scar, this is debatable. Maybe we could have kept the door that BCOM adds, but to kind of keep it a little on the light side, we added more, right? Okay. Moving on. Morrowind Interiors project. Now, it's definitely incompatible with Beautiful Cities of Morrowind. However, when you look at the setup we got going here, we are using the Blood Moon plugin. We don't have Tomb of the Snow Prince, so that's all good. And then the MIPTR patch, which is also all good, and no BCOM compatibility issues there. Pretty standard stuff that's in JGM. Continued again, minus the flight animation mod, which is going to go in there. Let's check on the status of that. All right, cool. Nice. Yeah, I want to know if and when this blows up right away. Ooh, didn't get that reminds me. Gonzo, welcome, my man. Thank you so much for popping in, and happy birthday once again, friend. Yeah, we got to get the UMO data in there. I can't believe I forgot that. I even said, don't forget that. Mod archives. All right. This file contains data that tells UMO, that's the tool that downloads mods for you, tells UMO what exactly to get, right? Because when you go to Nexus Mods and you look at a mod like this, there's multiple files here, right? So let's say here, vanilla friendly, yeah, boom, this is it, okay. So let's add an entry for Repopulated Creatures. It's got to be well formatted JSON, of course. For mod. Oh, geez. And we're going to go on lists. We're going to make the linter real angry there for just a moment. Name. This is going to be Repopulated Creatures. So the name field here is going to be, no, that's the wrong browser. It's the right browser. The name field here is going to be, for example, this part of the folder path that we automatically generate. And the mod's not actually on the website yet, so we can't look at it specifically, but for Morrowind Interiors project. So it's essentially the title of the mod with all special characters removed, all spaces removed, and boom, that's what that is. So, and then last we'll do, no, I'm sorry, that was completely wrong. Okay. What I just said name is what extract2 is. Extract2. And name, get to that in just a second. Whoops. The name actually is this. It's the name here from Nexus of the file that we want. So, okay. So extract2 is our automatically generated name from Momo, and this is the name of the download file that we want from Nexus. And actually, I completely expect this to fail. It should. There's going to be a data check command that runs, and it's going to fail. We need this. But I think this is all we need. Okay, and it looks good. It's valid JSON. Let's commit it. Need archive data to. Let's go and push that up there. Okie dokie. So yeah, again, I assume this is going to fail. We're just going to back out to the pipelines overview page. I might even just cancel this one, but we'll let it run. Whatever. We'll see it fail, and maybe there'll be a clue if there's other errors. All right, and then so when the tests pass and the data is good and everything we need is there, the website, the beta version of the website is going to update, and we'll be able to, we'll be able to see my changes. So that'll be in about 20 minutes from now. So we'll pivot to something else until then. 20 minutes, a half hour, it might take a minute for these two pipelines to finish. Only one website happens concurrently. We don't want to, cross the streams. All right. So yeah, I guess we can call this checked and that checked. Boom. Excellent. I'm going to actually demote this one in priority just because this is not actually any work. It's just kind of a review. Bound balance. Users have for a little while now noted that there is basically an incompatibility with the current release version where constant effect enchants that give you a bound item just glitch out the mod, and they do. Causes an error in the code. If I could have it my way, honestly, I would just disable having a constant effect bound weapon. It seems like a little OP, seems like a little cheaty. And the spirit of the mod is, balance, right? So yeah, I feel like if I could do that, I totally would, but it's not really a thing I can do at the moment with Lua modding capabilities. So we're just gonna have to be okay with, not being able to do that, and just with constant effect enchantments just working kind of the way you would expect. So let's run the game, and I'll show you what I mean. Before I made this code change, what would happen is you would get your constant effect item. Hey, Sophie, welcome. Thanks for hopping in. I'm glad you're here. Just going over that constant effect bound balance thingy. Previously, before I fixed it, you would spawn your excuse me. You would get your bound item, but I don't think it would be the one that I replace, or maybe it would be. But in any case, there would be no timer for it, and it would just be stuck in your inventory, which is no good. So to that end, I fixed it in the code, and I made this little item here, the Bound Balance CE test ring, and it gives you a constant effect bound longsword. Let's just go ahead and put this on there. Cool. Okay. Yeah. So we got the ruined bound longsword. Got a really poor conjuration wizard here. He's no good. My test character, no good at all. He's good at literally everything else, except conjuration. He's just rubbish at conjuration by design. And then if we, so a couple of things happen now. If I take away the CE test ring. Boom, we lose the item, right? Let's put it back on. Let me get the CE weapon again. I can drop it on the ground. And the bound item's gone, and I have to re-equip the test ring to get it back. I think it looks okay. I wasn't able to break it. I didn't really get much feedback in the channel about if it is still good for anybody else, but I mean, you saw it here, folks. Pretty much works. Oh, and I just thought of something else, too. Curious about opinions of people from the chat, but I got an email request from somebody who pointed me to another bound items mod that adds armor pieces and stuff like that. And they wanted the feature that I created, so check it. You might have noticed when I equipped the CE test ring, okay, now I've got my shield equipped, I've got my sword, and King's Oath here that I had equipped previously is unequipped, obviously. And when I pull it off, boom, I get King's Oath again. And they wanted that auto re-equip feature to apply to this other conjuration mod. I can't think of what it is at the moment. Don't have a link handy. But I was thinking of actually extracting that feature, the re-equip feature, into a separate mod and having it be extendable so that it would it could apply to it would be agnostic to items that it would re-equip for. Because right now the feature is baked into bound balance, and it looks for specific item IDs, but like it doesn't necessarily need to be in bound balance. Like the re-equip logic, I don't think is tied in any major way. So I'm curious. I would call the mod Rebound or something like that, and put that into a separate mod, and then we could get the re-equip feature for other conjured items. But yeah, I don't know. What y'all think? I might do that. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but I would like to maybe do that because I got the request from somebody. So, okay. Yeah, that's a wrap. We're going to go ahead and just make a... What do I got here? Oh, right, okay. I added... So, an interesting thing here about the code for this is... there is no way to look at, in openmw Lua, there's actually no way to look at an effect, a spell effect, and say, oh, this is a, this is a constant effect. That's actually on the spell. This is constant or something like that is an attribute on the spell itself. And so if you're unaware, spells are kind of like you have a spell, and each spell has various effects. And so... there is no way to be like, oh, this effect is constant, but there is an implicit way to know by saying, oh, there is no duration. Duration will be nil in code. And so I just, for if we have like the debug log going on here, and no doubt we can look in here. What does it say here? Whoops. No duration. This must be a constant effect enchantment. Just some log spam entry there for posterity. So, War, hey man, welcome. Thanks for hopping in, dude. So good to see you. It's been too long. I hope you're doing all right today. You never change, my friend. Don't ever. No problem. Oh, hey, what's up, Sector? Welcome. I've been okay, man. And don't worry about being late, dude. It's so good to see you. I'm glad you joined. Thank you for hopping in. You're buying a house, man? Oh my God, congrats, dude. You got to tell Karen I said hey, by the way, and give the babe a kiss and a hug for me. Congrats on the house. Same place? Are you staying in Colorado? Thanks for hopping in, though. Yeah, I've been good, man. I got a new job back in January and been loving that. Actually, on that note, nice. Staying there? Cool. On that note, I'm going to pause the music. I shared this with the Momo peeps already, but I went to Cape Cod. I went to Cape Cod a couple of days ago and did some whale watching. And, yeah, we saw 3 humpback whales out in the Atlantic Ocean. And this is a shot I took of 2 of them hanging out. And yeah, they even kind of, like, waved at us, it seemed like. But this was really cool, like, an amazing experience to witness this. Yeah. Yeah. It was a great boat ride. I was told you probably won't see whales, and then we saw 3 of them. And somebody else on the boat saw sea otters as well, but I don't think I actually scoped them out. But yeah, it was too cool. We kind of went out looking for whales. The boat driver was like, look for the spouts, look for tails. And then we were we saw 3 of them hanging out and watched them for a while, and then we were talking about going back eventually, and then they started like doing the fin flap. Yeah, so very happy to share this with the stream. That was a lot of fun, and much love and mad props to my colleagues, my work colleagues. All right, so what are we doing here? We are going to convenience message for when we detect C. All right, and that's a release. Santa, dude, welcome, man. I haven't seen you in too long as well. It's like a Johnny IRL friend reunion today. What's up, my guy? I hope you're doing all right. All right. What are we doing now? All right, change log. Yeah, okay. So that's the only feature that's going to be in this change log. Just fix a janky bug. Up all night building a PC. Oh, yeah, that's right. You told me that you were pricing out pieces and stuff. Cool. What did you get? Share the details, please. And I trust that you're going to be playing OpenMW soon. I'm looking at U2 War, by the way. War, we have like a super oh, come on, spam. Get out of here. We have a super easy, geez, how do I ban this person? We have a super easy install process now, the auto guide. I showed it to you. When you get time. Oh, baby, nice. Let me get this spammer out of here real quick. Here we go. Click on their name. He gone. All right. Nice, man. Very nice. We got to get together soon sometime, and you show me your new Todderific PC. And yeah, you're gonna. I hope this means you'll be playing OpenMW very soon. I heard there's some good mod lists out there on the internet. Hey, Radical ML, welcome. Welcome to the stream, and thank you for joining. Built a computer as your COVID project. Yeah, nice. That's a good one to do too. It's like as a COVID era thing, like you get the joy of like building the PC and then you get to play on it a bunch. Building a computer is definitely fun. It's a bit of work, you know, but like you get to learn in the process and maybe like you know, get a little frustrated, but that's like a growth thing, right? So yeah, again, welcome to the stream. Thanks for hopping on. Let's go ahead and push that release up now. That's a mod release, if I ever seen it. Waking me up. That would be fun. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time I built a PC with you. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, like Atahualpa, you may know Atahualpa is my OpenMW release video brother in arms. He built a PC recently, but by built, I mean he has like a PC shop in Berlin up there that he, you know, he buys like a PC from them, but it's not like it's not exactly like getting a pre-made that you might be used to, because it's like a shop. They tested it for him, you know, they do like mem test and M-Prime and all that stuff for you. Speaks to you through the traces. Yeah, dude, for real. That's when you know you've attained Chim. You're just channeling Todd Howard. Alrighty. It's a quick pipeline. Maybe it's done already because I was shooting the shit. Awesome. Here we go. It is. Yeah, it just works at no PC ever. Sometimes you get lucky, like Atahualpa again, you know, he had the shop take care of it for him. So when he got it, he just plugged it in and seemed like it was just working. I talked to him about a week or so ago. We had our last OpenMW release video meeting. Get hyped for that, by the way. 0.49 release video is coming. You know, Santa, I mean, I have the same, like, dilemma, right? Like, I'm trying to play a 20-plus-year-old game. And I'm going to buy, you know what GPUs cost today. I might, like, also play, I don't know, like, Witcher 3. Jeez, excuse me. Yo. Yeah, but there are some actually good new games, like that Claire Obscura game that came out. Looks pretty rad. Gonzo was gassing it up. Seem really good. There are some, and the Oblivion remaster, I definitely want to try it. Yeah, you like it? Awesome. Cool. I saw the intro and was like, ooh, stop watching. I didn't want to see anything else. That sold me on it. Maybe my GPU would run it and just like low quality or whatever. Wow. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Dude, I love going into games and TV shows and movies like as cold as I possibly can, with nothing, no foreknowledge if I can. Yeah, dude, I mean, Santa, I'm kind of with you, but I'm willing to break that in some cases. My judgment has been kind of hit or miss, though, right? Like, you know, I didn't think, for example, like Doom 2016 was going to end up on GOG. And technically, like, it lacks multiplayer, but whatever, you know. Hey, Alice the Cat, 1700. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Hello. Hope you're having a lovely day. I'm glad you hopped in with us. Okay, yeah, so that's shoot, that's a release. I'll make an announcement on Discord soon, but let's hop on over to the website. Oh, okay. Ooh, did they? SnapMap would be like with that map editing tool. Is that what that is? That's like on the level of Steam not having the OpenMW or the Morrowind CS built in. Like, Okay, then. Yeah, Sony has like that's so Sony games are another like swath of games I never thought would land on GOG, and we got like God of War, we got like the whole gamut. Boom. Okay, there we go. It's a release. Well, yeah, Sector. I mean, like, if they have an editor, why not just give it out? That's such a bummer. Epic, Epic One, man. Thanks for hopping in, dude. Epoch, Epic. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Thanks for joining, man. I'm so glad you're here. Love your work. It's a great pleasure to have you with us. All right, so geez, we are done doing that. Okay, next up. Okay, yeah, you're using emulated Breath of the Wild as your bench test game. Nice, I love that. Especially since Nintendo's gonna make you like buy backwards compatibility for it on Switch 2. Oof. I mean, hey, respect, right? I'll probably buy it, but cranked up all the settings on Ultra. Nice. What kind of graphics mods are you using with Breath of the Wild? Crazy. You know, you don't buy things. Yeah, you don't buy things except your PC and GOG games, right? All right. So a user has reported for MOMW Configurator, what you're able to do is nice. Yeah, that surprise prime. You didn't even know you were paying for it. For MOMW Configurator, if you didn't know, this is our tool that we use to, set up our automatic mod list process. And you can, it has like a customization file thing that you can use to add, remove, replace, mods that you want. And it is actually possible to say, like, add this mod after some mod that doesn't exist. And so, for example, let's look at a... Let me pull up my config here and I'll show. So we can say games open the CFG. We would say like come on. I would be like, oh yeah, I have this cool new mod. Add it after like Boots for Beast, Hammer OE data. But let's say I don't actually have that in there, and I'm not actually sure what it does, but it would just not. It obviously can't work. I think it might silently fail. It would just not add the thing and not warn you about it. So what I've done here, excuse me. Oh my gosh, hang on a sec. Okay, sorry about that. So what I've done here is I have, yeah, okay. Let's peek at the code here. We have just this little block of code that I commented out. I think this code works, but think isn't good enough. We're going to write a test for it to prove that it works. But basically what we're saying here is list CFG is an array, or in Go parlance, you don't really work with arrays. You got slices. So if the slice contains, this slice contains the target line, do nothing. This syntax right here means if it's not okay. So what we're doing is this returns a Boolean that says whether or not it did the thing, Boolean be true or false. So okay is true. If okay is not true, so if we're not okay, then we have what we do with it. We don't want like a bad customization to make the configurator blow up necessarily. What we do is we collect a bunch of errors, and then when we're done doing the customizations, we present the errors to the user. So that's what we do here. We add another error to the list. Target line is not present in openmw CFG. Maybe we should give more context though. Lost Odyssey, man, that's definitely a game I need to try out. I've heard the soundtrack is just fire too. Let's go ahead and add the target line. Yeah, I think that makes sense, right? Rather than making somebody guess like, well, what target line, But okay, let's comment that out though. We're gonna do a little bit of, we're gonna pretend like, yeah, you think so, dude? Okay. I mean, War, you know what kind of RPGs I like. We grew up on the Final Fantasy stuff. Yeah, right. Same here, Radical ML. Like, I'm a big Square. I grew up playing Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, all that stuff. And I don't know. I never tried I sold my 360 before Blue Dragon or Lost Odyssey came out, so never actually got to try those. All right. No. All right. Whoa. What did I just do? Okay, cool. what did I just do? I just collapsed all the code except for this new function that I'm working on. And let's go ahead and actually uncollapse this so I can have something to peek at. So what I'm going to do here is really, I haven't, honestly never messed with 360 emulator. Not yet. When I got my Steam Deck, I was like on a emulator kick. Gothic, yeah, there's a lot of overlap between Gothic fans and Morrowind fans, I feel like. If I recall correctly, one of the OpenMW devs was telling me he wanted to implement Gothic combat, or maybe is it Gothic spellcasting in Morrowind? It will be a glorious day when we can mod combat in such a way. All right, so what I'm going to do is so I figure, it's probably just boils down to what the game is, right? But there's also the static recompilation of 360 games that's going on, like they just did that Sonic static recompilation. So I don't know, maybe we'll see a Lost Odyssey static recomp in a native PC port. That'd be pretty dope. Anyways, though, going back to my code here. So the normal testing pattern is we build up a config file. These text strings represent just a fake config file, because we want to represent like a type of config that we want to prove works, right? And so what I'll do is I probably will just copy pasta all of this. And by the way, up here, we have a sample config file that is represented in code. So like an actual configurator config for customizations is in a TOML, what's known as TOML format, and that looks something like this. Excuse me, but the code data structure format looks like this. So what I'll do is I'll just say, so we have this, for example, insert me after data path 1. So what I'll probably do is I'll just say, okay, there is no data path 1, and we'll go from there. So let's copy pasta that in place. Drova. Interesting. All right, we're going to hang on. We're going to take just a little look at that. Oh, excuse me. Drova game. Oh, neat. Gothic in 2D. Well, there you go, Alice. Huh? I mean, people toss around comparisons like that all the time. Doesn't prove that it's like Gothic, but it's a good sign maybe if you like Gothic. Oh, man. I'm okay. I'm not dying. I love the visual style, though. This is, wow. I love the portraits. Giving me Ultima vibes. I don't know. I'd play this. Yeah, totally good recommendation. Thank you, Santa. I'm going to go ahead and add that to my wish list. Let's do that. Awesome. So yeah, while I'm waiting for Steam to do its thing and start up, dragon ass, let's go ahead and create our condition. And so what I want to do is, I'm in the test, this test here, insert and replace with none. What I want to happen is we're going to run the customizations. We're going to expect the error, right? We're going to expect this thing. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh no, Steam just stole my focus. Great job, Steam. Thanks a lot. You jerk. Window focus stealing. Oh my gosh. Okay, Steam has turned me into a slideshow. I'm going to close this for now. I need to build a new PC just for streaming, I think. So in the test, I'm going to expect this error text. So like right up here, I'm expecting errors, and we This right here, this line of code means that we fail the test. T.error means this is a fail. We're saying if slice is equal, if the list or slice of errors is an empty slice of errors, we don't have any errors, that's a problem. We want that. We're copying this too. Let's just copy all of this. So this code doesn't test the exact error text, and maybe we'll go there, but for now we'll just say we expect any error when this happens. All right, and let's data path 1. Again, we have some customization that does something with that. That should be enough to produce the problem scenario here. Again, we have a insert rule here that we want to insert me after data path 1. All right, let's go ahead and source my configurator. Let's test it. Oh, no good. All right. We have, oh. Okay, let's try this. Let's just spit the errors out to the console. If one is not equal to 2, if what are you doing? This is my way of making the error condition happen here, so I can see. I believe, yeah, it the test will suppress this output. Maybe I can just do hang on a second. We're going to learn something about Go here today. Okay, interesting. It suppresses normal prints, but will it just let me use that handy dandy? Yeah, okay, yeah. It will suppress that if there's no error. But if there is, let's go ahead and add the new line into there. I'm trying to see the value of errors here. Okay, yeah, nothing. Okay, we got an empty slice there. Good. Let's print this out too for funsies. I want to see it say, okay, false, right? That's okay. So that's no good. We apparently do have an error, actually. So what's in here? Big L log F. I'm goofing this syntax. Oh, right. Haven't wrote Go in a minute. There we go. This is the, we are assigning range errors to underscore E. Underscore because we're just discarding. We don't care. The first value is like the number of the slice. We don't care about that. All right, let's comment this out. Reduce our noise. Let's take another look. The given source had more than one match. Data path 5. Oh, ha. I'm erroring out on the error that I copied from this test is supposed to, it's expecting to fail on this. Sheesh. Okay, there we go. Expected errors while applying, got none. Cool, there we go. Copy pasting from yourself is not always, it's not always the easy mode way, as we've seen. Okay, so Run the test. The test fails. We expected an error. We got none. Now, let's come back to the code. Uncomment this. We should get the error that we expect. And all is well. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Line 192. Wow, okay, so this broke some other assumptions, apparently. Let's see here. Target line not present. So 192. This is just the basic testing customizations test. Target line is not. Got errors while fine customizations. Okay, that's great. How do we trigger this now? Target line is not present. Target. Okay, wow. Let's do this. We're going to see what it thinks is not in there. And I bet it's something like a trailing new line or something like that. Let's see. And I'm doing it this way because I'm hoping, okay. This doesn't show me like unprintable characters like a new line. This would though, in theory. So let's see. Wowza, okay. Well, this is why we write tests. My code does not do what I think it was going to do. Let's see. Let's drill a little deeper here. Either that or my test is wrong. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. Right. So let's target line. Let's add a little bit more here. List. Oh, I paused the music and never replayed it. All right. So target line, list CFG, then target line. Let's take a look here. If your eyes are bleeding, don't worry, mine are too. All right. So fallback archive 3. Ooh, I think I know. No, it's just literally not in there. My thinking was, you'll note here the value contains the leading and trailing quote. My thinking was maybe that's it, but I mean, fallback archive. Ooh, I think actually that's a clue. Wait a minute. This might be a bug with fallback archive customization support. Oh no, because data paths are up there in the mix too. Okay. Content, data path, all kinds of stuff is borked. Ground cover, okay. But we should remove the quotes, right? Let's just do it. Let's just do it in line here. against my own better judgment, I'm going to actually, or against my own worst judgment, I'm going to actually give it a named variable. I could just do it inline, like adjust the variable, but it like becomes harder to read and it's less explicit that way. So we're going to do it this way. Trim prefix. Prefix being that. Whoop. Jeez, okay. So what are the args here? Okay. So the string is the first argument. That would be target line. Good. Clean target. Oh, dear God, what did I do? Comparable clean target. What do you... No language server, no. All right, let's see if that changes anything for us. Not really. And also doesn't appear to be doing anything. Let's go ahead and get this the hell out of here for now. Oh, right. Only the prefix. We only did the prefix, but that is still there, you'll note. Or yeah, let's not even do it a one-liner. Suffix. Okay, so we're cleaning the prefix, cleaning the suffix in theory. And yet it's still there. Oh, No, it's not still there. Or it is, okay. Okay, time to read the friendly manual. Returns S without the provided leading prefix string. Yes. That's what I want. All right, let's try this. I wouldn't expect that to make a difference, yeah. I would be mad if that actually worked. Excuse me. Oh, we're doing it again. Okay. Yeah, so interesting. Let's bring this back and look again at the raw representation of the list. We're splitting up the list here. And a similar, very similar check works without cleaning out the quotes. So I'm thinking this... What happens if I bring this back? Yeah, it just doesn't have quotes in it. I'm not sure where that comes from. That might be in my code, actually. Let's see here. Clean target. Yeah, that just might be using this. So let's try this instead. All right, okay. Yeah, there you go. Wow. So today I learned if you expand a string with %v in Go, you get magical quotes automatically added. Wow. Okay. So why does it think that slices doesn't contain? Oh, that's why. All right, let's go back to target line. Had some reverse logic going on there. Man. Test, insert, replace with none. Great. Okay. So now just this test is failing. And it would seem we're just not, now we're not hitting this at all. Okay. Backwards progress, but progress nonetheless. Previously passing tests are not failing anymore, but our expected new failure is not there. So let's try this. Okay. Give me that outcome. There. Yeah, nil. Wow, okay. So we're just not hitting this. It's normal to have this be false for a bunch of them, but these ones at the bottom, at least one of them should be true. And here we are, it's not. I need to look at this again. Okay. So if it does contain we're okay, and we're asking if it's not okay here, this really should be what we want. But that gives us major test failure here. All right, well, let's not assume this test is good. So now we're back to here. And we're back to here. Fallback, archive. I have tests that touch those. Okay. Right. Okay. I see what's happening. This is bad code over here because we are looking at the list configuration, but we're not actually applying. I see what's going on. We are not cumulatively applying changes like remove or replace and then updating this list. I see what's happening now. Excuse me. Well. Okay, for removals, we are updating it. Yeah, okay. I see. So really, like each yes, I love this tune. Each trip through the loop here, we need to be updating this list CFG. Yeah, okay. This is tricky. This is way trickier than I thought it would be. Like, this feature probably works fine, if not for that. This code, rather. All right, so let's see what we can do here. Yeah, we are updating it a little bit here, okay. We should be updating it. I know reasonably that normal configurations work because I'm using them. Lots of you are using them. So I feel like what it's complaining about being broken isn't actually broken, but maybe some assumptions are wrong. Okay. Insert, okay. So I think we're looking in the wrong place here. Replace. Yeah, we're not updating it. Here, are we? Yeah, we are. We definitely are right here. Replaced. Wow. What is going on here? Yeah, okay, it's in some of the test data. Okay, it's here. Sanity check. Okay. Whew. So, this is a good example, actually. Okay. Whew. I'm not totally losing my mind. So, it says it's not in there, right? Because we only hit this. We come back up here. Oh, no, we're not even doing that. We're back in the test down here, right? Target line. Did I not save a file or something? Oh, no, I just, yeah. I commented out and didn't run the test since. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Coughed into the mic. Here, okay, so this lies. We print the list, we print the target line, and we say when we don't have it. Right? Okay is true when the list contains the target line. If it's not okay, barf this stuff out. Give me an error. But like you've seen it here. 3 fallback archive 3. It's in there. No. Let's do one more thing. Okay. This is worth the trouble, I swear. Oh, this is a good tune too. That clarinet. Okay. So it says false, but like, yo. Slices contains. Let's take a look here. Golang. Maybe there's some assumption I'm making incorrectly. I've done that before. True story. Oh, you know what? I think I know what's going on here. Tried to do this before and I said no. What is this comparable thing? Okay. Because this all works on generics, which is a relatively new thing in To Go. let's try and add that in again. Yeah, see, it wanted to make it a comparable. I've never seen this function before. Slices contains. Let's read what this contains. Reports whether V is present in S. Now, they conveniently have a number example here. Let's change the example, shall we? Let's make it all strings. And hopefully it should break in the same way. Okay, so we want two trues down here, right? Run. Yeah, okay. Well, what the yeah, what the hey? Okay, let's look again. List CFG. What type is this? It's a slice of strings. Yeah, okay, that's right. Misplaced. Cannot use interface comparable in conversion. All right, well, maybe we won't do this using the generics interface. Let's try and imagine another way of doing this. So that's probably a little slower, but hopefully not substantially so. We can say has line false. We can say for line in. There's no in go. It's this. List CFG. I want to make this work, but I'm just I don't have enough experience working with this generic stuff here. This comparable thing's tripping me up. So let's just recreate it. Let's recreate it the slower old way that you used to be forced to do and go from there. If strings line equals target line has line true. Okay, so we're individually, explicitly looking at every line. Again, list CFG is a slice or array, expandable array of strings. And we're going to say if not has line, that exclamation point in front is essentially shorthand for not. Then we're going to do this. We're going to add to the errors, and continue means just do the next one. And I'm going to comment this out for now. A lot more code than just doing this, but it's mysterious to me why that's not working. This famous last words here, but this should work. Gonna time box this because I don't want to spend the whole stream doing this. Had cooler stuff I wanted to look at. Okay, so let's just real quick, let's run through this loop and see what we're getting versus what we expect. My head hurts from looking at this. Okay, target line. Yeah, okay. Back archive 3. leave myself a clue. Am I ever hitting this? Yeah, it would seem like no. So we're apparently never ever hitting this, which isn't right. That's not right. Okay. Well, folks, we're time boxing that, and we're gonna move on. But that's a thing I gotta figure out. I didn't fix it, but I'm gonna mark it done that we looked at it. We won't make that a checkbox. Okay. Moving on. Go Home is the mod that makes NPCs go home at night or for bad weather. And there was a new Tamriel Rebuilt release. Let's see here. All right, yeah, Grasping Fortune. And you can see here from this map that they created, there's quite a few settlements. Quite a few places where potentially NPCs are going to need to go home. And doors are going to need to lock. So first things first, I actually haven't updated to the latest Tamriel Rebuilt. Let's do that. Let's see, whoops. Let's do... We should get a warning here. I think cache sync is deprecated now. Yeah, there we go. It's my first time using the new and improved UMO. Oh. Data not on modding openmw.com. Surely this is wrong. Yeah. That's pretty nice, right? That's pretty annoying to make users have to get 7-zip installed and then have it in just the right place or whatever. Not really sure what all this means, though. Let's see if we can install, though. I don't really need all that to work. I just need to download Tamriel Rebuilt. That's all. That output is very nice. Well done, Fall Children. That looks really great. Let's make it look janky here by zooming in a little bit. Seems like it's extracting like everything. They totally did, Sophia. Totally did, man. Santa, they moderated your comment. There you go. I'll let it through. You big graphic slut. VFS tool. Hey, thanks for the sector. Thanks for mentioning that. I meant to actually ask you because I saw it was in the tools pack now. No, I haven't tried it. I meant to like look into it or bug you about it. What's it do for me? Shilling it to Oblivion people. They didn't get it. Yeah. Yeah. They're kind of doing a different thing, right? Like those folks. I feel like we are like a kind of off in our own world. Whoa. Looks like I got a slideshow going on here. I don't know if that's been happening regularly or not. It would seem like my performance problems are not solved. Whoa. Come on, there you go. Or this could be just because my CPU, my poor little CPU. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, it's not the same performance problem as last week. I don't think, at least. CPU clock speeds here are looking reasonably normal. They should be going a bit higher than 2000 though. Processor on battery, power save on AC performance. That's what I want. Oh, I see. This number might be wrong, because I'm fairly certain my CPU cores go higher than 2000 megahertz. Huh. So that's really interesting because, excuse me, for my Fallout New Vegas modded setup, actually one of the things I would do is I would create an openmw CFG formatted file with my New Vegas paths, and then I would run the validator on them. So on that CFG, so that I could before like merging it with rsync, you know, into like a merged folder, just to get a validation on it. All right. Output of TLP stat minus P. Let's take a look at this. Oh, P, not G. Yo. Yeah, what is that? That's wrong. Let's go ahead and put this number in here. Whoa. Am I like nerfing myself needlessly? I think I am. Oh, okay. That's where you got the idea. Okay, I know we've talked about this before. Save. Maybe I need to restart TLP. Let's see. That's cool. Collapse feature with a bunch of arcs so you can bend around to use a CFG to make data editors for other games. So this sounds like something that is very relevant to my interests. Oh, restarting TLP bounced my Bluetooth. Yeah, okay, now we're getting way higher clock speeds. That's right. Excellent. Wow. Talk about shooting yourself in the foot. Let's turn that Bluetooth back on and reconnect my speaker. Restarting TLP, since TLP is my, for those of you who don't use Linux, there's all kinds of ways to like control the power management of your hardware, and TLP is one of the things, is the thing that I use, but it's by no means like the only thing that's there. Yes, Fall Children, exactly. We talked about this a while ago, but it would be rad, yeah, because just to have UMO curated lists, games including but not limited to New Vegas. Okay, now this is what was happening last week. I was going down to extremely low clock speeds. Now I wonder if this is just thermal related. I just really have to build a streaming PC. Yeah, temperatures are hot, but it's not like, I wouldn't say it's throttle me hot. P-state performance 100%. So I think I've actually disabled P-state in the BIOS, or UEFI rather. supposed to be CPU boosting. Turbo boost, that's supposed to be in there too, in the mix. Well, shoot. Okay. Anyways, I should have the new TR here. Let's hop in the game at least and see. What? Oh, right. I borked the CFG earlier when I was trying to make a point. Come on now. What is going on here? Okay, so I might need some config update. Thanks, Sophie. I appreciate that. All right. Yeah. All right. Music. Here we go again. My computer is blowing up. All right. Playing Lies. Can you all still hear the music? I don't think you... Yeah, I don't think you can. Yeah, it is not going. There we go. Okay, well, let's try and make the best of this. Let's get in the game. Whoop. Okay. So many side quests. I can't do the thing I want to do because some other thing needs doing. Like my config's borked. Or my laptop is going into potato mode. Or I'm coughing up pieces of my lung. Okay. Speaking of potato mode, we're back again. Jeez Louise. All right. Are we back? We're kind of back. Okay. I don't know if we actually got the update. So let's look on the map here. Nuts. Yeah, we sure didn't. Bummer. Okay, let's look at the game here. So we should be having a landmass right here. But Umo says no. Let's try it one more time. Yeah, it's definitely mad about a bunch of stuff. Yeah, sure thing. Thank you, Fall Children. Appreciate you helping. And apologies about the extremely low. There we go. We're back. Apologies about the extremely low frame rate. My computer hates me. Threads -1. Okay, yeah, can do. Threads 1. Sector. I mean, it's worth for doing it just for fun or for science. I'm a fan. All right, let's see here. 7 Zemo. Interesting. Does that mean anything to you, Fall? If I'm reading this right, it's not finding the embedded 7-zip. Is that right? Oh, okay. Okay, I see. Thank you. Anything here that looks relevant to you? I'm not sure if that's related or if that's the thing I should be focusing on, but that obviously stands out. Got 300 gigs available. Should be enough, right? Unless it's like trying to extract something on here. I don't know. Another side quest, folks. Let's mentioned above. Okay, I got you. Let's see. Emo version. .9 from the latest tools pack. Is there a newer build I should try maybe? Let's just do that. Okay, I got you. We need a new tools pack update. Probably have to do that today, I suppose. For now, I'll just download this manually. All right, let's try that again. And I guess we're doing a tools pack update later. Why though? Let me close out some windows. Sounds good. Cool. That'll give me time to look into that configurator thing and untodify that. Yeah, not sure what's going on here. Wow. All I wanted to do was something that's not this. All right, let's go back to our list and see. Maybe there's something else we can pick up. Paste you the command? Yeah, sure. I closed Discord, so I'm just going to toss it to you here in the chat if you don't mind. In a futile attempt to stop my CPU from doing what it's doing right now. Thank you so much for helping. I appreciate it, Fall Children. Ooh, that's something, though. Status code 520. That's something. Maybe it's not related, though. Yeah, because it's not complaining about Tamriel Rebuilt, really. And we're just syncing at this point, too. I'm going to do an extract. I'm going to install. And hope my CPU doesn't barf all over itself. Just give me 10 minutes, CPU, please. Just 10 more minutes. Install. Okay. Aw, jeez. No good. So that's not right. Definitely isn't extracting the new one. Bummer. That's a big bummer. Man. Well, let's skip that for now then. And I'm going to look at this. I think I know how I'm going to solve this. This is not a famous last words, but this is not really like an extremely hard problem to solve. Basically, I have this mod that disables pausing in various contexts. However, sometimes when you are in dialogue with somebody, a dialogue response might trigger combat. Jeez. Wow, that's such a bummer. Why is this happening? Why are you like this? So anyways, now that you can probably hear me again, what I do is in those cases, I will simply disable AI. So here's an example of that happening right over here on. Come on. This fellow over here, if you're not female, he don't want to talk to you. And if I refuse to give him my money, well, he does want to talk to you, but he doesn't want to be your friend. I don't know. Laptop's pretty hot. Maybe it is thermal. I don't know. I might try re-enabling P-State. It didn't do this when I recorded. And as far as I know, it didn't do this for the first like hour and 45 minutes of the stream. Bummer. Anyways, where I was saying is if we say this, we'll initiate combat with him. But he just stands there. You can see the message at the bottom of the screen there. It says pausing AI for actor Nels Lindo. Yeah, thanks. Radical MO. I have a framework laptop, and it's a very Mac OS design, a very Mac Apple hardware design, where they basically, I think, are counting a lot on the case itself, which is metal, to dissipate heat. And yeah, just an hour plus of streaming, 2 hours of streaming is just too much. Really, I think I need like a dedicated PC. And then if I click goodbye, he carries on with his attack. Wonderful. Happen to be in potato mode. Aye. Yeah, just get a whole new PC. It's a blunt weapon. So great, that works fine. He doesn't attack me until we exit the dialog box. Everything is great. I need to get a slow fall spell before we try this, though. I totally meant to make a setup game for this in advance. We need to save Tar Heel. This is an AF Fresh spoiler, by the way, so, hop off maybe if you're not interested in AF Fresh spoilers. We're almost done with the stream anyways for today. However, if you stop him from falling, visit the PC tree. Yeah, right? Thanks, War. I didn't even think about that. You save him. When you save him and you initiate dialogue with him, one of his responses, you're my idea, man. Thank you. One of his responses spawns some enemies. And the way I've implemented disabling AI, in dialogue, like you just saw with our friend Nels. Thank you, Fall Children. Yeah, so it's okay. I can fix those. And so I guess it's not extracting Tamriel Rebuilt, which is fine because the other failures. Yikes. So anyways, like I was saying, with our friend Nels there, it's a one shot, right? We detect that he starts combat. We disable combat for him, and then we stop checking. Let's look at the code here. Okay, right on. Cool. One good bug deserves another. Isn't that life? Coding is fun, I swear. So speaking of that, yeah. It's just a one shot, right? Like, we say, oh, how frustrating. I need to remember how this code works. Okay. Uh-huh. Dialogue started. Okay, yeah. So what we do is when we start dialogue with the person we're in a conversation with, we set some stuff over here, and then on update, meaning it happens every frame, if we end up, and this is what Sector and I have talked a lot about this is like some expensive stuff to run, and potentially many mods might do this, but we find out if they have an AI package, if the AI package is combat, and if the target is the player, and we haven't already disabled their AI, then we do that, and we set an indicator that we have done so. But what we don't do is we don't, like, ideally, so what I'm thinking, and we're about to end the stream here, so I'm just going to talk about what I would do. And I'll probably implement it later when I'm not coughing up pieces of my lung. But what we might do is, as long as we have a dialogue target, when we don't have a dialogue target, we set that to nil. So as long as we have a dialogue target here, we can say, we can run a function that will run every second or something like that, that will like look for nearby actors, and this is where it gets a little complicated, actually. We'll look for nearby actors, and we'll basically we'll send this event kind of over and over, I guess. Ugh, that approach sounds really bad now that I'm thinking about it, but maybe I'll think of something better when I'm implementing it. But so we'll send this event, we'll update it, and it'll only happen while we're in dialogue, so maybe it's not that bad. And really all we're doing is setting some variables. If we go back to this code, you can see here all we're doing is we're just setting some variables. So it's not like we're running through, you know, a ton of stuff. And so in theory then, when those monsters spawn in, we will have we'll have created a condition where it will run through this code and disable the AI. I'm gonna have to test that to be sure. Well, shoot. So we had we got a bit done today. We tried out Protected Beasts. We added, I think, the final. Geez, I totally even forgot about that. Did we deploy? Yeah, we sure did. 101 mods now. Yeah, we sure did. Let's see. Creatures. One mod. Repopulated Creatures. Cool. Yeah, so we finished up Just Beautiful Morrowind. Look forward to that. New mod list in the upcoming release. And let's see if we can have a... All right, I won't spoil too much then, but we might have another surprise in the mix for you, in addition to Just Beautiful Morrowind. We looked at some fixing I did for Bound Balance. We messed with my CPU being too hot for a while and got annoyed by that. Well, sure annoyed me. I don't know about you. And then, yeah, we tried and failed to update Go Home for Tamriel Rebuilt. I'm going to have to work with Fall Children on that later today and just see if we can get that, you know, that UMO stuff ironed out. But, and just another happy birthday to Gonzo. Probably dipped off by now. And I think that's it. I really would like to get to these things and actually implement them sometime. But I think I'm going to have to spend the rest of today chilling and get over this cold. So, yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining today. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and we'll see you on the next stream next week. Happy modding.